His commitment to such a deal.
Correspondent Imtiaz Tayyab reporting Netanyahu has also accepted an invitation to address a joint session of the U.S. Congress. No word on when that might happen. WINS News Time 10:04. Pride Month is getting underway.
To every New Yorker celebrating Pride, we will always stand with you in the fight for LGBTQ plus rights. We are New York City, out loud and proud. Happy Pride.
From Mayor Adams on X, Governor Hochul also offered some support.
To the LGBTQ community here in New York, you are valued, you are loved, you're always welcome here. Happy Pride.
Today is the first big event in the city, the new Queen's Pride Parade. It's expected to draw some 50,000 people, the second largest parade in the region. David Kilnick is the LGBT Network president.
I am so looking forward to being with over 60,000 people, smiling, waving rainbows, being able to celebrate truly and authentically, to see the great diversity, the rich diversity that New Queen's Pride brings as we're in the World's Borough, and to just have a really good time.
The parade steps off at noon at 37th Avenue and 89th Street in Jackson Heights. Also today, the Pride Center of Staten Island hosts its annual family-friendly Pride Festival at the Snug Harbor Cultural Center and Botanical Garden in Livingston. That event runs from noon to 3. WINS News Time 10:05. The search is on for a mugger who attacked a couple of little girls in Crown Heights. This happened last Wednesday in broad daylight. The girls, aged 14 and 6, were walking near Eastern Parkway and Ralph Avenue just after 3 p.m. Guy came up behind him and demanded the 14-year-old's necklace. She said no. He choked the 6-year-old with one hand and ripped off her necklace with the other, then took the older girl's chain as well. Both girls were checked out at the hospital. The suspect ran. Police released surveillance photos of him, which you can see at 1010wins.com, and they urge anybody with info to call Crime Stoppers. It's already 70 degrees in the city. AccuWeather says we are going up to 84 today in Midtown. Coming up next, a quick look at a 7-alarm fire in Paterson.
I'm personal injury attorney Dan Buttafuoco of Buttafuoco & Associates. When I was a child, I experienced several injustices. This sparked a passion in me to fight for people. You never know when you're going to need a personal injury attorney. I've seen situations in which a second changed a person's entire life. When you come to Buttafuoco & Associates, you don't just get a single attorney. You get a team of professionals who will stand beside you and do everything possible to get you to the finish line so that you could move on with your life. When I'm in court, I think back to the injustices I've experienced as a child, and it makes me want to fight even more aggressively for you. At Buttafuoco & Associates, we will stop at nothing to get you the best possible outcome. Choosing a personal injury attorney is not a decision that you should make lightly. You should find someone who's highly recommended and go with someone that has a proven track record. Call us today at 1-800-NOW-HURT. That's 1-800-669-4878. 1-800-NOW-HURT. Or online at 1-800-NOW-HURT.com.
A 7-alarm fire in Paterson this morning. Massive blaze that started around midnight at 195 Broadway, a mixed-use building with apartments and businesses. Firefighters late into the morning were pouring water on hot spots, but the flames have been knocked down. No serious injuries reported. Red Cross is helping more than a dozen displaced residents. No word so far on a cause. It is a busy weekend for former President Trump as he continues to sling unfounded claims in the wake of his New York felony convictions, amid a call for a pardon and even a night out at a UFC match.
President Joe Biden has emphasized the case was brought by the state of New York, not his administration, as Trump has falsely alleged.
And it's reckless. It's dangerous. It's irresponsible for anyone to say this was rigged just because they don't like the verdict.
Voters we spoke to say the guilty verdict does not change their vote.
I'm very happy that they got convicted. I'm still voting for Donald Trump. I think this whole thing has been a mockery.
Correspondent Christian Benavides is reporting. Meanwhile, Minnesota Congressman Dean Phillips, a former Democratic primary challenger to President Biden, is calling on New York Governor Hochul to pardon Trump. He says that would be for the good of the country. No response from Hochul. Trump, meanwhile, made an appearance at UFC 302 at the Prudential Center in Newark last night, drew a standing ovation, and then enjoyed a 12-fight card. WINS News Time, 10:09. Traffic's next.
I feel like I'm constantly cleaning hair off my bathroom floor. At least my Swiffer sweeper makes it easy. Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths have ultra-thick pads to trap and lock hairs, like a hair magnet. And when I'm finished cleaning up my hair, Sweeper takes care of his too. Now the hair is gone, all thanks to Swiffer. Try Swiffer Sweeper heavy-duty dry cloths. I promise you'll love them or your money back. And also try Swiffer Sweeper Wet to make quick work of tough, sticky messes.
Summer starts now with Memorial Day appliance savings at Lowe's. Get up to 40% off. Plus, save an extra $50 on every $500 you spend on select major appliances from brands like KitchenAid. And right now, you can double your savings when you spend $2,500 or more. Shop in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Offer valid through 6/5. Savings vary based on purchase amount. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
When it comes to interiors, Hyundai models have serious game.
I'll be the judge of that. I'm in high-end real estate. I know a good interior when I see one.
Well, for starters, we offer first-class features like Android Auto, which you can play in the available Bose premium audio system.
Like whole house audio. Very high-end.
We added available heated front and rear seats. Even the steering wheel heats up.
Comfort is big right now. Also, it's flooded with natural light in here.
And it's got modern conveniences too, like available wireless device charging.
Open layout, upscale amenities, exquisite driving experience. I could have this under contract in 15 minutes with a 1-hour closing. Let me work up the numbers and get back to you.
It's your journey. Own every mile.
Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $229 a month, or get 3.99% APR for 60 months, or up to $2,000 bonus cash. See your local Hyundai dealer today. Call 661-615-2112 for details.
Winds use time 10:11. Traffic in transit now. Here's Sue Aller.
We got a downhole in New Jersey on Route 4, closing it down both ways just west of River Road in Teaneck. So everything is shut down. So you definitely want to avoid this. You can go to the local streets or even Route 80, which is looking pretty good. A little bit sluggish southbound on the Garden State Parkway as you approach Route 80. And that is just some volume. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. We got problems at the George Washington Bridge, but it's a good problem, I guess. We have the lower levels shut down for an annual American Cancer Society George Washington Bridge Challenge. It's a running race. So that is closed until about noon today. But what's not good is that it's causing some major delays. Inbound, at least 30 minutes from 8095. Best approach is actually Route 4. Now outbound, also a 30-minute delay. Best approach here is going to be from the West Side Highway. No more than 5 to 10 at the inbound side of the Lincoln and the Holland tunnels. Now on Long Island, you're doing great on the Southern, the Northern, and the LIE, but we do have the Cricket World Cup. And so look out for some slowdowns, delays, and just closures right around Eisenhower Park. And we'll take it over to Queens. We are bunching up on the Belt Parkway, westbound into Lefferts Boulevard, and northbound on the Van Wyck as you make your way towards Atlantic Avenue. I'm Sue Aller, next report at 10:21. 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast with meteorologist Bill Dager.
And that forecast starting out on a partly sunny note for the next several hours. A mix of clouds and sun for today as temperatures go up to 84. Watch for a late day shower well north and west. We're talking out beyond 287, even close to the Catskills. The best chance of rain in the city comes tonight through tomorrow morning in the form of a shower or two. Clouds and more humid otherwise, low 68. Later tomorrow by midday, we're dry. Clouds break for afternoon sun. High 83 for our Monday. There could be a pop-up thunderstorm south and west in the afternoon. Tuesday and Wednesday look great. Partly sunny and dry. High 75 Tuesday. 76 Wednesday ahead of the next chance of rain. Showers, maybe a thunderstorm Wednesday night into Thursday. We're up to 73. It's partly sunny. Relative humidity is 51%. Repeating that current temperature, it's 73. We're going up to 84 today in Midtown. I'm meteorologist Bill Dager on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
A major change could be coming in South Africa. That country's electoral commission is expected to make a formal announcement today as reports suggest the African National Congress has lost its majority for the first time since Nelson Mandela was elected in 1994. Electoral Commission Chair Musutho Mapia.
We seek to bring finality to these matters, to remove any doubts that these matters may in fact raise, and to put you at ease.
A major change could be coming there. With that, they could well end up having their first ever coalition government. Coming up, the Yankees are hoping to get out the brooms in San Francisco.
If we don't get any leads in this case soon, the chief will have our badges. Any ideas?
The pieces don't add up.
Yeah, we know.
I suspect foul play, and we need answers.
That's why we're here.
Don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
Are you just quoting cop shows?
Okay, so I'm not a detective. I'm an Optimum Tech. When it comes to connectivity, we're experts. If millions of communities rely on us for fiber internet and mobile, you can too. Optimum. Where local is big time. Visit Optimum.com today.
1 in 26 Americans will develop epilepsy, sometimes called a seizure disorder. For some, drugs help, but can come with severe side effects. Others live in fear of the next seizure. Many have died suddenly, unexpectedly, far too young. Families can't wait for science to catch up. Cure Epilepsy is the only nonprofit laser-focused on finding a cure for epilepsy through research. Learn more at cureepilepsy.org.
Winds use time 10:15. Now Pete McCarthy with sports.
Well, the sun has set on the Rangers season. It ends in Sunrise, Florida, 2-1. As the Rangers lose in 6 games to the Panthers in the Eastern Conference Final. That despite another dazzling performance from Igor Shesterkin, but not enough to force a Game 7 at the Garden. Head coach Peter Laviolette.
It was difficult to score, generating the quality that we wanted to generate. We knew that coming in. We knew it from the way they finished the season. We knew it from their first round, their second round, and coming in that they weren't giving up a lot.
Courtesy of MSG, the Panthers on to the Stanley Cup Final for the second straight year. The Rangers, they'll have some questions to ponder going into the offseason. That'll be 31 years since their last championship. With the Rangers and Knicks bowing out of the playoffs, baseball season is now in full bloom here in New York. The Yankees will be the it team this summer. Aaron Judge has returned to MVP form. He's looking like the guy he was 2 years ago. Judge now leading the majors in home runs with 21. He has hit 18 over his last 36 games. The Yankees will try to make it 5 wins in a row against the Giants. First pitch at 4:05. You can listen on WFAN. The Mets hoping to impact playoff races in more ways than just trading away their top players to the contenders. They can take 3 or 4 from the Diamondbacks with a win this afternoon at Citi Field. WCBS 880 will have the live play-by-play starting at 1:40. Pete McCarthy, 1010 Win Sports on 92.3 FM.
Winds use time 10:17. The giant spiders are coming. No, not a joke. East Asian Joro spiders are expected to start showing up in New York and New Jersey this summer. They've been working their way from the south. They're an invasive species and are said to not be dangerous to humans. But they are pretty funny looking and big, so they might just freak you out a little bit. They're described as being about the size of your hand. Females have yellow bodies with gray or blue stripes and striped legs. The boys are just plain brown, but still big. And scientists say they eat things we like even less, like mosquitoes and spotted lanternflies. Never mind the plane.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these snakes on this plane.
Actually, it was a snake on a van that caused a problem in Manhattan yesterday. Seems a guy rented a U-Haul to move a sofa, was driving through Soho back to downtown Brooklyn. At a canal and Broadway, he looked down at his roommate's feet and saw what he thought was a big toy snake. Wasn't a toy. Jared tells the Post he realized it was a live reptile looking back at him. They freaked out, crashed into the car in front of them, and then had to find somebody to get rid of the snake. Police called animal control, and no one, including the snake, was seriously hurt. Winds use time, 10:18.